name is Mary Vogt, and this is my video submission for the next Pilates Anytime Instructor Contest. The beautiful woman to my right is Heidi Gillette. She's one of my advanced clients, and she's agreed to help me with this video today. One quick thing before we get started. I've taken the 5 exercises and I've arranged them in a particular order because I'm hoping to use them as building blocks. So for example, the focal point for the first exercise will be applied to the second exercise. And then the focal points for both the first and the second exercise will be applied to the third, and so on and so on. So hopefully by the 5th exercise, you have a full body awareness of what's going on, what's supposed to be activating, what's not supposed to be activating, so you're getting the maximum benefit of the exercise. So, enough chit chat. Ready to move? Always. Let's go. So, we are going to start with cat first. So Heidi's going to kneel on top of the box. Her knees, hips, and shoulders are going to make a perfect line. Nice. Good. She's in a nice neutral spine. Her ribs are closed. Her pelvic floor is lifting in and up, which she's already done for me, and her transverse is racked. Collarbones are wide. From here, she's going to take a big breath in. On the exhale, she drips her chin down towards her chest. She presses gently into her shins. Both hands land at the same time, and she rolls down. Now from here, she drops her tailbone down between her legs. Belly pulls in towards her spine. Full spinal articulation all the way up, blossoming at the top. So the focal point for this exercise is not only the spinal articulation, but also her inner thighs. Her inner thighs are what helps her slowly roll herself down and then bring her pelvis back to neutral so she can fully extend the rest of the way up. So right here, her inner thighs are engaged. She's growing taller, 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 blossoming at the top. Good, don't lose that connection. Well done. One more time, chin to chest. And breathe. Good. Pelvic floor, inner thighs, lifting, tailbones dropping, blossoming at the top. Nicely done. Good. Let's move on. From here, we're going to go into reverse swan. Now, reverse swan is a major chest opener. And for Heidi, who's a little on the tight side, this is going to be a nice exercise for her. So she's going to have a seat. Now we're going to take what we just learned from that first exercise, the spinal articulation and the inner thighs, and apply it to this exercise. So, hands go back on the pedal. Inner thighs are engaged. Good, and she's still on one low spring. We're going to keep her there. From here, she's going to tuck her pubic bone and roll herself back. Now when she can't go any further, I'm going to ask her to open her collarbones and her shoulder girdle a little bit more. Then she drops her ribs on her exhale, pulls the belly in and up, blossoms at the top. Good, open collarbones. From here, tuck the pubic bone, rolling through the spine as much as possible. Take a big breath in here. Exhale, soften those ribs. Growing taller, 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 and hold. All right, let's talk about what not to do. From here, what I don't want to see is a hinge back, where she just kind of throws her body weight back. So go ahead and try that. Just throw it back. Complete plank of the body, no real spinal articulation or ab activation. So I'm going to ask her to drop her ribs, pull that belly up and under her rib cage, sitting tall, sitting tall, sitting tall. One more, because I know you love it. Tuck and roll. Inner thighs are engaged. That's what's helping to keep that pelvis neutral and stable. Lift that pelvic floor. Nice. Grow taller, 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 chest wide. Well done, Heidi. Good. Nice. Next up is the swan. So swan, as opposed to all the spinal flexion that we've been doing, we're now going into spinal extension. So she's going to lay on her belly. Hands are going to go on the pedal. Good. Now the body setup for swan is very important because it's very easy to compact, or excuse me, not compact, but put too much pressure onto the lumbar spine, and we don't want to do that. So let's get her in the right place, which it looks like she already is, but I'll talk you through it anyway. Shoulders are low and out of her ears, so the lats are engaged, the upper traps are relaxed. Her ribs are closing, her abs are drawing in and up. Her hips and pubic bone, which is very important, are pressing evenly onto the mat. That's going to help keep that spine in a happy place. From here, she's going to grow out through the top of her ponytail, spiraling the shoulders open. Good. When she can't go any higher, she pulls her belly in a little tighter, closing the ribs, pressing the pedal down. Good. Try that again. Inhale, open, open, open. Good. Guess what else is involved? Inner thighs. And now we're adding some hamstring, which is going to come into play on the 5th exercise. So she's waking up her hamstrings, her inner thighs, and obviously the abdominals are working, as well as her back extensors. hold. Let's talk about what not to do, or show what not to do. So, yes, exactly. She's already released her ribs, let her belly go. From here, she's just gonna arch back. Not a pretty picture for this lumbar spine, way too much pressure. She's gonna close her ribs, engage her abdominals, and make a much happier slope of the lower back, and then press it down. Try it one more time so we can just see what it looks like correctly. Yes, and relax, very good. Moving on. The next exercise are pull-ups, which are one of my personal favorites. So she's gonna come around to the front. I'm gonna change the springs to too low for her. She's gonna put both feet on the box, or excuse me, both heels on the pedal. Correction again, my tongue's getting ahead of me. Both toes on the pedal, heels together, toes apart. Yeah. Put your hands on the back, shoulders are directly over the wrist. Now she's gonna shift her body weight forward, pulling that belly up and under. Now from here, inner thighs are your best friends. They're gonna help you lift as well as that pelvic floor. We're back into spinal flexion again. She's gonna stay off of my finger. She lowers herself down slowly. Slowly, inner thighs are squeezing, feel that, those rotators, and then lift. Beautiful. Now one thing I want to avoid with this exercise, turning into a football player with these tight upper traps. So I'm gonna ask her to relax her shoulders, nicely done. Lats are pulling down, and she's physically pressing into the box with her hands. One more time, and then I wanna show what not to do, because this looks pretty nice. Pulling up and off of my finger, relax, good. So a couple things to avoid. The first one is what I call the pop-up. Good, curling the back, and she's just gonna pop her butt up, and then press her butt back down, allowing the springs to do all the work. Not getting much out of this exercise. So what she's gonna do again, engage the abdominals, slowly press into the hands, pull that belly button up, knee able to spine connection, and then she's gonna slowly lower herself down. Good, one more time. The other thing I don't want to see, and I'm not gonna ask her to do it, is bending your knees. If you bend your knees, you're gonna get catapulted over the chair. Obviously not something that we want to have happen. And relax, that was wonderful. Good, come on up. Next up are forward lunges. So she's gonna place her foot on top of the box. Knee is directly over the heel. Good. Pelvic floor again is lifting up. You hearing a theme? Collarbones are open. Again, do you hear something of a theme? Hands behind the head. Now, also lats. Lats are gonna pull down. Her obliques are gonna be engaged. The obliques are what's gonna keep her pelvis square and neutral, so no hiked hips. All right, here it goes. Pressing into the heel, quad activates, hamstring activates. We just worked that in swan. Good, now lifting in and up, and slowly. Feel a resistance, so her head's going up as she's going down. And then as she presses up, she pushes her head up to the ceiling. Inhale, 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 exhale. Good, Heidi. 3 more. 3. Good, 1 more, and then I'm gonna show you what not to do. Because I know she's working hard here. She's doing a great job. Lower yourself all the way down. And hold for a second. So a big no-no with this exercise is what I call the dolphin. So the dolphin is where you allow your body weight to help you get up. So you kind of lean forward and dolphin up. A lot easier that way, isn't it? A little scary. And then on the way down, pitching forward to counteract what's going on. And then straighten your spine. That's a no-no. So, just like she did before, ribs are closed, belly pulls in and up, collarbones wide, think straight up, up to the top of your head. Now slowly lowering down, reaching your tush back slightly, press into the heel, and then relax. Yes, well done, Heidi. And there you have it, all 5 exercises. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And I'd also like to thank Heidi for being my demonstrator today. She did a wonderful job. So, vote for me, and hopefully I'll see you again.
Vote for Mary!